Anti-work or anti-American working culture? I'm a lurker of this sub from Western Europe, and with a lot of posts that I see here, I think what I put in the title. This sub doesn't seem anti-work, but anti the way American corporate companies are allowed to treat employees. My job. Decent salary for 36 weekly hour. 13 salaries a year. Overhours are rare but added to vacation hours. 5 weeks paid leave. Holiday allowance. 8% of yearly salary. Educational budget. Wellness budget. For sports etc. This is quite normal where I live. I see work as fulfilling. As a way to develop myself. Discover the world and meet people. Mostly. Shouldn't the focus be pro-juridical reform instead of anti-work? Edit. Spelling and layout. I'm definitely more anti-capitalism, anti-American work culture than I am anti-work. It's just hard to pursue a job you're proud or happy to do under this system. American working culture sucks, and most people here seem to be from there, so it makes sense to see most posts focused on American corporations. The US isn't the only bad one though. Like Japan is well known for having a terrible work culture. Ireland, where I am, isn't too bad in comparison, but it could definitely improve in some aspects. Like my last job was 45 a week and was overly stressful. Literally running around the place trying to keep up. Because we were understaffed. The higher UPS wouldn't let us hire another person to take some of that workload, literally just because they didn't want to pay another person. Shouldn't the focus be pro-juridical reform instead of anti-work? The people who own the corporations also own Congress. The whole system is broken. Isn't that fun? Hey. This answer will depend only on where you place yourself on the spectrum of politics. Some people here are anarchists. Others are communists. Others are simply on the fence trying to decide, but one thing is for sure, they have had enough. Anti-work is a generalization. It also depends on what you qualify as work. I work with migrants a lot. Yet I don't get paid. I still put efforts into it and I find it fulfilling, like you said. Yet I am very strongly against paid work, since it all results from a capitalist economy. A system in which the richest get richer and the poor get poorer. It doesn't matter your level of education. If you work for a boss, you are being exploited somehow. The middle class doesn't exist. Some just have it easier than others. If yourself are satisfied with the situation you're in, and your politics beliefs match that, then of course you're going to wonder what the sub is about. But it goes a lot further than working in good working conditions. When you finally get rights, the next goal would be to work less. Because working less means enjoying life more. Scissor. I just want the free time to unlock my potential, rather than grinding away to survive until I'm too old to have dreams. This is quite normal where I live. Not sure if that's the objective truth for your area and or field, or just your potentially biased observation from an EU country too, with better worker social protections in place than the US has. And I wholeheartedly disagree with your opinion. While a certain percentage of people do have cushy jobs, as the one you're describing, they're becoming an increasing minority. And these positions are, from my experience, filled almost exclusively via connections, nepotism. The overwhelming majority of positions that are filled with an employee without existing connections to the company are downright horrid. My fresh experience. Employers either expect you to work for nothing or to perform tasks that require multiple people. In some cases it's refreshingly both. And for job listings that aren't entry-level, you need to be perfection personified with all the required competences. The current job market is just bad, and most workers have it bad in EU too. Work under capitalism is the disease, not work itself. I think most people aren't anti-work as in against doing something productive, useful, fulfilling with the time they have, even though, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to work either. Most people here are just against the work that the current system forces us into. The system here isn't broken. It is working exactly as intended, my guy. Capitalism will do the same to all of you if you don't stop gloating. People like you get complacent. If you don't think it can happen to you and Americans are the only ones who need to complain, you'll be next. It'll be you working 50 hours a week with no insurance, no holidays, no vacations, for peanuts. Your country has a much longer history than the US. Your people have had a long time to make your system work. The US is only in its adolescence and we are paying the price for it. But don't think the beast isn't sleeping right under you. The second they can, they'll take advantage of you too. Pro-labor, anti-work. Personally, I don't like that I'm not allowed to enjoy my position. Like I feel like I'm supposed to be always striving for a promotion even though I love the fact my job has so little work. I spend most of my shifts literally relaxing. American culture seems to think I should forever be trying for more. I would love to see what you have implemented everywhere. People should work to live, but not live to work. Living needs to be life, not work. So many people have to work non-stop just to exist. In my experience doing skilled labor in America, HVAC, a salary means a minimum of 50 hours a week, a maximum of 2 weeks vacation assuming you have been with the company for at least 10 years, and a possibility of a take-home vehicle with the caveat that you are expected to do midnight call-outs because you have said vehicle with no additional compensation. Also, your access to healthcare is still tied to your employment and nothing is guaranteed. And the government is literally run by business owners and rich people, so change is nearly impossible. Edit. You have a wellness budget? WTF is that? Such a thing is literally unheard of in the land of freedom. Anti-work isn't, "Hey guys, let's do nothing but get drunk and play video games, eh?" It's being against needless labor only to provide profit to an owner class. It's being pro-building vital infrastructure, food, etc. production sources. It's anti-work in a factory making some stupid plastic doodad that will be used for 2 days and thrown away just to make some asshole rich. Anti-work is anti-capitalist. I'm here because of Bucky Fuller's maxim that we could be working and building, living great, but instead we build weaponry. Where is the should coming from here? Like, yes, Europe has better working conditions. But why should that be our goal rather than something even better? Or even total work abolition? If that's what someone's goal is, why should we alter our goals? My experience, particularly in US politics, has been that reformism has been a spectacular failure, which has not even been able to slow the rapid backslide we've been having into worse and worse labor conditions. And you know what? You're probably much more happier and more productive at your job than the average American Joe. I'm anti-American work culture. Like, I don't love working, but I honestly would prefer to. Gives me something to do and an insanely easy way to measure whether or not the things I'm doing are working. More money. Neither do I mind paying for things so others can do the same. That said, I think things such as housing and healthcare shouldn't be profitable on the corporate scale. Once a person's company gets to be bigger than the city they started in, they ought to pay 100% of profits towards taxes. Many would say that stifles growth. And I say that's the idea. forces companies to stay small and encourages competition since there would be so many more outfits to choose from. Americans want what Europeans have but don't want the lower pay, smaller housing and cars, increased government involvement and higher taxes to support healthcare and social safety net. People on this sub may be okay with these things, but the majority of America is not. Hence no change ever happens. You live in NL, right? You had me at 8% holiday allowance and then I saw the wellness budget and I was certain. Lol. I share your observation. It seems that most PPL in this sub complain for the way they are treated in the US labor market. Sometimes in UK as well, where there are plenty of similarities to most continental Europeans. The work conditions in US sound absurd. Having said that, I have occasionally seen posts where PPL are indeed opposing work in itself. I always find these posts perplexing.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.